Right. So my parents have been divorced since ever since I can remember to start off with. That's affected me in a lot of ways, but most importantly, I've been between churches a lot of my life, and my dad wasn't really saved when my parents split up, so made things a little bit tougher on all of us.
Well, I've been going to church since pretty much when I was born, but I've grown up in church, and really I was saved and baptized when I was 7.
Came to Jesus when I was 4. I got baptized when I was 5.
I was not raised in a Christian home. As a child, I was not taken to church. Rarely went to church. When I was a teenager, 17 years old, through someone I met, I was invited to a youth group.
One day he was saved in his church, which, you can always tell a really big difference in somebody who's been saved that you've known for a long time. And for him, it was a majorly big difference.
I used to not be very nice, but then whenever I accepted Jesus, I had faith in Jesus, and he helped me to be strong.
And in going to that youth group and going to church services for the first time in my life, over a period of about 4 or 5 weeks, the Holy Spirit finally began to convict me, and through the love and the prayer of many people, I finally gave my life to Christ.
When I was in 7th grade, I think, I was diagnosed with scoliosis, and I remember that time of just going to the doctor, and they told me that my spine was crooked and that I would have to wear a back brace, and I just thought that was, I don't know, it was kind of like scary at first, but I remember on the car ride back, like thinking in my head, like, whoa, wait a minute, like this is one of those challenges that God has put in my life. Like this is the one that, I can't do anything else but lean on Him for it.
Knowing that there's something out there that can change you that much, to make you that much of a person better for God, and to change you in a way that makes other people see it too. I just know, I could just tell that I needed that.
People have been seeing the difference shining through me.
Really, hearing everyone else's stories in college, I started to think like, well, maybe, my story's not very powerful, as you have people who are saying, oh, I went through this really hard time, like I was in all this stuff and these, drugs and alcohol and everything, and then God turned me around, and how powerful that sounds when God can bring you out of something like that. And you just think, well, was my change really a big change? Because I didn't have a huge transformation. I mean, I was 7, so I can't transform that much. I'm not, I wasn't in anything that horrible, but I just, there's one moment where I just, had to stop, and God just told me, your story's not about you, it's about me, and, it's still powerful, no matter what your story is, no matter how you were saved.
One day, the preacher was talking about hell, and I could just tell in my heart and in my mind that that's where I was going if I could continue on the path I was going in. So I gave my life to Christ at the age of 13, and since then I've given my life to Him.
That's been almost 45 years ago, and it's still a day I remember as long as I live. I'll never forget it. It was on a Wednesday night after a youth service, and that's my story.